as I said, because they've probably been fed bullshit for for years, so their storyline is false to begin with. That's why it probably seems. That's probably why it starts with an obscure, an obtuse angle, because the actual narrative to the populace at the time is bullshit. Fake news sort of thing. And when they find out the real news, it's at an obscure angle to what the narrative is, and that's why it seems obtuse, I suppose, obscure. And geez, I wouldn't have expected it would have started there or from there or how that. And maybe that's the way to look at it. The reason it starts that way is because that's when they've started to spooning you bullshit. So yeah, maybe we've walked too far and we're going to have to walk back from this area. I don't know. Because I remember it wasn't too far in or something. Is it this area in here? I don't know. We said we had to walk down to a... Yeah, it may be something in here. We'll see. We're just walking through here. I've got another card, but yeah. And the odd Peltata foliosa hookery. I think just looking for it, the spot where we look like we could just walk in and down onto it. Maybe I'm just walking so fast now. Okay, turning around. It might actually be that burnt out area from quite a few years ago. What was it, 2008, 2009 or something? Do you think we should just walk down? Let's get back to our starting point, because you never know. Might find we've got much further to go. Might be. I thought it was pretty obvious. It probably was that first thing we came across right back there, but anyway. Probably better to start from a known location. Anyway, I think I've got that rant off my those two rants off my chest. So we've done the Clinton Foundation, we've done the revolution that's probably coming in America and maybe affecting, well, as I said, the thing with Alexander Down is going a bit like 90 degrees at the moment now. If you've been watching Towergate, there's more to bloody Down than meets the eye. I mean, his daughter just tried to be elected here and we told her no. Basically, we told her politely to fuck off, basically, in quotes. That's, single quote mark F-U-C-K, single quote mark hyphen big U, big P, as we do. Hasn't lived here for 20 years, but I had 4 members in the generation, blah, blah, blah. Well, how come you didn't stay here then? Apparently she's a member of is it IPA or API or something? Yeah, she's a bloody stooge clown for that organisation, basically. So, basically an airhead, but an airhead compared to her father, put it that way. But then again, I don't know what's going to come out about her father, but it doesn't look good, fellas. There's more to this Spygate story than meets the eye, and it's apparently it's 4 big booms coming this next week. So and probably a few of the things are going to be declassified, and the shit's going to hit the air convection device, and colour check on the nice magenta. So I've done my work. That should be a nice magenta pink, and it's a fresh one too. So yeah, here we go. We're back to so we'll just do this area in here, and then we'll go up there looking for grey soil, and then that will be quits, I think, and I'll just walk back to the car, basically. Just a big squarish circle today, basically. So So we've got 3 minutes. We'll just walk back to where we were, and you can compare this footage to the original walk-in footage from here. Maybe we spotted something when we were walking in this direction, made it more obvious when we were walking in this direction, and maybe we end up meeting that bloody creek bed somehow, I don't know. Maybe that's what it is. It goes down to where the creek flows or something. So we'll see. Anyway, sorry for the rant and the spiel and the ramble and all that sort of stuff, but you know, we're living in interesting times, as the Chinese would say, and yeah, it looks like I think old President Xi is bitten off more than he can chew. I think he's forgetting about all those ghost cities. Yes. Yeah. So they built all these ghost cities, so so they could have problems with, you know, if President Trump, you know, I'll say President Trump, because he is the elected president. No one seems to want to call him President Trump. Well, he's done so much so far and so quickly, you know. I mean, had he had a decent straight run, like you'll say, see, that's what gets me. I keep going back to that moment in, I think it was the third debate, when they said, will Donald Trump, will you accept the results of the election, blah, blah, blah. And I said, it's like this. They put out all this bullshit. It has to apply to you, but they don't want it to apply to themselves. So had the shoes been on the other foot, they're not accepting the results of the election for themselves. But had Hillary won and he lost, they would definitely want him to accept the results. They wouldn't have been a standard a soft coup, let alone a hard coup, to try and shoehorn Hillary out, would they? No. They would have been whatever the word is, apoblistic, I don't know, whatever the word is. Yeah. Beside themselves, put it that way. They would have been beside themselves. So yeah, so you know, it's all bullshit. You know, so it's like with the rules of Australia. You know, they want them to apply to you, and when push comes to shove and it's your turn in the line in the queue, then they suddenly magically don't apply to you. Like when you go to get the plastic for your greenhouse or something, and there's we don't deal with that crowd anymore, and you wonder what really has gone on, and your Muggins here is the one that misses out. So you've waited, 10-15 years to get your foot in the door, your line in the queue sort of thing, and when it's your turn, doesn't work with you, doesn't apply to you, so all they're doing is spouting bullshit. So it's a bit like that. So I mean, I wouldn't mind if they wanted to put you down and rub your neck in the dirt if they stuck to the rules when it was your turn. So I think that's going to be the measure when this goes down. All these people are going to come out of the woodwork and say, well, when it was my turn, this happened, or it'll be all these my turn stories. When it was my turn, the rules didn't seem to apply to me. Those rules you've been telling me I should wait my turn and do this, blah 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 blah. When it did actually eventually come to my time, it didn't, either you wanted to weasel out, you wanted to change the rules, or the rules didn't apply to me because some little loophole that you'd obviously, you filed away, put it on, sent overseas with no return address or something. I know, I'm having a bit of a joke. Sort of like that. So, as I said, if you can't pull the lever or you press the button, send for me. I'm born in George Washington. I'll probably ask them a question. I'll look for their secret sin and then I'll make my decision. I won't be too hard, I don't think, fellas, I've rubbed shoulder with some of these types. I don't think it'll be too hard. Just send me over there. Special mail. Yeah, if you can't pull the lever, press the button. Just send for good old Richard here, We can trust him. He's born on George Washington's birthday. As I said, I'll probably give him I'll do the legate sort of Pax Romana sort of thing. They always used to like to give people the chance to hang themselves sort of thing, or crucify themselves. If you were dead honest to one of these peacekeepers of the Roman Empire, you know, you do all right, you know. Be totally. Oh, it's a bit like Alexander the Great. I reckon if you gave you a choice to go on a quest or I'd take the quest, as I said, I'd always take the quest option, because once you've been away for 5 years, he'd be darn interested to find out what you've been up to, what you discovered, what you're going to bring back, and he will. You could tell him. You wouldn't be telling him fanciful stories, but you know, how could he tell? You know, at least he'd be interested in seeing you again. And don't take the other option, because unless you're dead honest, he just put a sword to you. You know, you're wasting my time, sort of thing. You know, just be totally honest. You know, I mean, that's what I'd say to him. You know, just be dead honest. But I'd always take the quest. I always take the quest option. Take the 50-year or 45 to 50-year journey. I'm going to solve the fly trap. And he said, okay, that's your mission. That's good enough for me. Go for it. I don't want to see you back here until you've solved it, sort of thing. And when you solved it, you know, you'd probably be his best mate, sort of thing. And you'd probably be protected as well then. Anyway, so is this what it is? It's just the creek bed down here. I think that's what it is. But how it's meandering here and how we can't see it from Google Maps too easily, I don't know. Because it almost looks like that thing from another area. All creeks look alike, I don't know. I mean, how we